higher now. I read somewhere that Europe is already in a surplus. Like they got more natural gas than they can use this whole winter. Um, Partly because other countries been pushing natural gas here in different ways, and then also it's been unseasonably warm up until last week. I mean, it felt like summer. I think it was going a normal course. In the end of September, it had like a week of cold, and then boom, it just started heating up. So it's weird. We've had weird days out here where you come out and it's like 75, and then a few days later it drop down and be 60, 62, 58, be the high, and then at night it go down to like 40 something. So yeah, I don't know. It's hopefully all that works itself out, and more people don't have to suffer because of what's going on over there. Um, yeah, hopefully, even over there, hopefully they clear things up and they can come to a resolution or something. People getting back to their regular lives. That would be optimum. That would be optimum. But yeah. All right, who else we got? We got five people up in here. Let me know what's up. We got like maybe, if y'all don't know, I'm about to drop a video. It's gonna drop here in probably another 5 minutes. But then we've got 5 minutes of countdown. So we can chop it up here. And then I'm probably gonna keep the live going. I'll just be backstage. It'll probably be a blank screen, just the music going. And then after the live or after the video premieres, we'll kick people back into here. Whoever's still watching at that point can come back in here and ask questions about the video, about Paris, or what we saw in the video. We can do like what do you call that? We used to do in school, in grade school, um, question and answer type of thing of the video from Paris, because there might be some parts, and then in this video that's coming out, you're gonna see a teaser for my next video, and it is a teaser, meaning it's going, it kind of interrupts this video, but it gets you ready for what's coming out next, what I'm working on with my Luma Fusion, the editing software. By the way, for all of you Android users, Luma Fusion is now available on Android for $20, and that's a one-time thing. $20 for editing software, and it keeps getting better down the road. It's $30 on iOS right now. It used to be 20, but I've been using that thing for like 2 years. All right, let me see what we got. So how easy or difficult is it for you to communicate if you only speak English in France? I started noticing a lot more people speak English than what they used to over there in France. In Germany, it's never really been a problem. A lot of Europe, a lot of Scandinavia. Well, in Germany, Netherlands, Denmark. I can't speak for Sweden. I haven't been there for Norway. Those countries, don't even worry about it. You good. Yeah. But in France, I would say it depends where you are. Here in Paris, I think a lot more young people now dabble in English. It just depends. Like when you come off to people, you ask them a question. You need to at least come off with the basic, excusez-moi, pardon in French to like kind of break the ice, or even je ne parle pas beaucoup de français. I don't speak a lot of French, or mon français c'est pas bon. My French is not good. That type of thing, to like soften them up, get them ready to switch over to English, and then boom. But Paris is a big city. People moving. They ain't got time for a lot of people. But there are some friendly people. Don't get me wrong. but it's just when you go outside of Paris, if you go to Bordeaux, it may be less. The younger people want to practice. I've noticed that the younger people want to practice, even in outside of Paris. But yeah, it's I don't know. Learn the basics of the language. Pick up one of them books, do Duolingo, and you'll be good, I think. Yeah, show and tell, man. Show and tell. So yeah, we might do that here after the video, after the premiere. Might jump back in here and then discussion about it. Speaking of grade school, my favorite teacher, bro, in 7th and 8th grade was my geography teacher. I forgot his name. He was from Czech Republic, but he gave you he gave you geography class with a little bit of history. He was like, hey, this over here, this happened. Hey, some of the lessons I don't really remember what he was talking about, but he gave you a story with a lot of places. So it was easy to remember geography, and he was from Eastern Europe, so it was even better, that he was really into it. Yeah, man, he was a cool dude, man. He was from Czech Republic. People from Czech Republic are cool as hell, man. I can't lie. Like, I've been there a few times, and there's guys, girls, like, it's just easy to get along with, at least for us Americans. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dog. I gotta keep doing what I do. I just be going with the flow for the most part. But I do need to get to Africa. Somebody asked the same question earlier. And yeah, it's we'll see. Might be hopping around still for a little bit. The thing is, I don't want to be here when it really start getting cold. I got a big jacket and everything, but I ain't trying to be the cold for too long. The cold is, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with the cold, but I ain't trying to do it for a long time. I ain't trying to be stuck in the cold. You feel me? And that's yeah, I think when it starts getting nippy out here for too long, I'm gonna have to back up. And be like, hold on. Let me go down south, baby. Let me catch that boat down south. Then might come back up. Let me catch some of that snow. Let me re-video some of that. But for the most part, yeah, try to dip out when it gets cold. But it's been unseasonably warm until maybe just a week ago it started getting cold. But yeah, so let's see where this video is at. Let's see. I got another minute before the video kicks off. All right. And yeah, so what's gonna happen is with the video, you guys go check out the video. It's gonna start in a minute. I'm gonna keep this live up. I'm gonna just go backstage, so you might see a blue screen, or if I can figure out something right quick, I don't know, just put up a picture or something. I don't know. But then after that video, after the video is about to premiere right now, at the end of it, it should redirect you back into this live chat, and we'll talk about whatever. And then some people who maybe came in at the end of the video can come back in here and be like, what happened? I'll let them know. That's a new thing we're gonna try to do, man. We're trying to work with YouTube. We're trying to squeeze the juice out of this YouTube. You know what I mean? All right, well, look, it's kicking off right now. In a few seconds, like over there, I hit that link that I just dropped in there. I'll drop it one more time. And yeah, check it out. And we'll be back here for like 20 minutes. All right. weird. It's weird to see. But anyway, let's see if we can get them looking. I don't know. You see a lot of younger people now, and depending on where you are, they're more hip to the whole vlog thing, and just people out there doing their thing with cameras. You know, the whole YouTube thing is real. You still have some that are non-believers. Oh, look at this. This is how they do the kids out here. I'm gonna try not to show you the kids' faces, but something about how the clouds are moving behind that building. Clouds are moving pretty fast too. I don't know, maybe it's me. I'm sure y'all let me know if you appreciate the cinematography or not. That's one thing too. I wanted to, sometimes I want to learn more about this camera, so I put it in different settings, and it's tell the kids to hurry up. I don't want y'all falling down, or if something falls down. I think that's what he said. Kind of cool, man, to see, you know, what this camera can do in different situations. I got it in auto today, like I said. Normally, I'm trying to learn more about it, so I'm putting it in manual settings, trying different things. And I do have some footage, did a little photo shoot out here. So I'm sure I'm sharing that. If that video is not out already, it'll be out shortly. If it is out, go check for it, because it should be some nice shots, nice video, nice takes on everything, from mainly Place de la Concorde, and from there, or across the street from there, you could actually see the Eiffel Tower. So doing some of that as well. So even just that part right there in the beginning is pretty nice.
Oh yes, it's nice. Oh my god, the lights.
Yeah. Oh damn, I think I missed the turn.
Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to enable notifications.
Unless the watch is off. We'll go back, make a, I don't know. We gotta check it again to see what turn we gotta make. But anyway, we move it. We on a mission. We got maybe, I don't know how much longer we got to walk, but we got a ways to go still. All right, my arm is getting tired. Let me put this down for a quick sec. Oh, maybe I tough it out. Maybe I switch arms. Hold on, let me see. Look at this. I don't know, the fire trucks are different up here. Chapeau de Pompier, de Paris. I think that's how you say it. My French used to be so much better. It's a fire station right here. That's cool. Right here. Nice. Truck's a little bit different from the ones we got in the States. Made by Renault, which is a French company. Look at the price of the real estate out here. Not cheap. You got the shipping up, continue walking and vlogging. What up, is that the spot? That ain't it. Let's take a look from the window. What they got. Okay. Some places got a lot of hype for whatever reason. Some don't. There's a lot of good bakeries, a lot of good restaurants that are just not on that, just haven't got their clout just yet. They might even be new. A lot of times you'll even see people who worked at the renowned places break off and start their own thing. Makes sense, right? Like they working for somebody else. Eventually, they want to do their own thing. So it's get that run right quick. I mean,
tell you the truth, man, like it's a lot of times I go back and forth with my feelings on Paris. Sometimes I come here and I love it, you know, have a great time, do all that stuff. And then when I leave, I'm like, man, Paris is overhyped, you know? I just think that sometimes, like, people always talk about Paris. It is overhyped for some, and it's changing. You know, like every big city in the world, crime is going up. So you kind of want to be cautious of the time and place you're doing certain things. Like I wouldn't do this in the middle of the night in this neighborhood because I don't know it that well. But during the day, I can kind of see what's going on. So I see them dudes beefing. Damn, they about to go. Oh no, they cool. I didn't know. I thought it was going down. But my point is, oh no, it really is going down. Don't touch me, bro. It's like a back and forth. I don't know if they playing or not, but either way, and I guess they gone now. So anyway, I was just saying, big cities, crime, all that. I think sometimes Paris gets overhyped, but then at the same time, I do really like the city. I spent time here learning French some years ago, so and I have family in France as well. Been coming here since I was a kid, or coming through here since I was a kid. As an adult, I did spend a lot more time here at different periods, you know, so that's one thing you got going on here now is a lot of this. You didn't have these before, but now you got homeless tents. I wouldn't say a lot if you compare it to San Francisco or any city in the States, I wouldn't say it's a lot, but just something you didn't even see before. So let's take a pause here, find out exactly where we're going, maybe switch hands. Okay, we still got man, how long we got to walk? Dang, another 12 minutes, another half a mile. Jesus, it's gonna be a long video if I don't cut it up. I'm gonna have to cut it up. Let me switch hands. I was thinking it's gonna be like maybe a 10-minute walk. We got more than 10 minutes to walk right now. Damn, seen a lot of that nowadays too. The electric assisted bikes used for delivery, food delivery, but also like goods delivery, like Amazon type of delivery things. I don't know what they got going on here, but that's the first time I've seen it with the trailer and the joint in the front. So a lot of times you see it with the thing in the front. I see the bikes with I don't know what you call that thing, but whatever it is in the front, I see a lot of people in Germany with that, and they got their kids in the front. Where we even at right now? It's open square. Let's see where we at. I'm using Apple Maps right now. Apple Maps is it's good for navigating, especially walking navigation. It looks better, it's simpler, all that, but some things you're like, come on, together, Apple. Yeah, so another spot for pictures, photos, all of that stuff here. I feel like asking somebody the name of this. Let's see if I ask this lady. She looks American. Pardon, excusez-moi. Vous savez le English? Oh, you know the name of this place?
No.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha. All right, thanks. All right, so I asked somebody, and they said they think the name of this place is just Republic. Let me just break out Google Maps right quick. They'll get to the bottom of this real fast. Let's see if we can work it out. Yeah, Republic. That is the name of the metro station. And it just so happens it's starting to rain. See how that thing changed up on us? Hopefully it's not raining for too long. But, okay, we still got the map up on the watch. Yeah, Republic is the name of the metro station. So, let's see. I used to know all these metro stops because I used to take them so often when I was I was here for like maybe a couple years, well, more than a couple years ago. But some years ago, I spent more than a month here. And I remember I was just going out all the time. So every day I would go out. Every night I would go out. Talking with everybody, asking directions or better ways of how to get to places I already knew how to go, but just asking other people directions because they probably give me a better, and I'm still going the wrong way. Damn. All right, let's head back and see if we can correct this. Let me put this down for a little bit and we'll come back. All right, so gave my arm a little break, came back. Yes, I think we're going the right direction now. Leaving the Republic area, Republic Square, and we're walking through the city. I could take you through the metro. It's a little bit iffier with the camera situation if we did that. And it's just not as scenic. You wouldn't see as much of the city. So I'm gonna get my steps in. We're going to keep exploring this way, you know? Who wants to see the metro? I mean, it's good to know how to use. Maybe we could do something on that later. Do it with the GoPro or the iPhone, maybe one of those two. But it's not that, you wouldn't see as much. You wouldn't see these cafes, everything I'm showing you now, right? You gotta appreciate this. Come on, you telling me you don't appreciate this? Come on, bro. And that's the thumbnail. All right, I think we're going this way still. Still got a good way to go. We got, damn, dude, this thing is more of a walk than I wanted it to be. Let's continue walking, show what we show. You know, I would think I would see a lot more people vlogging just on the streets of Paris.
All right.
Because
I think we still got some people here in the live,
areas, that's one thing.
but
You don't see a lot
I
of
don't
people
know. I'm trying something different.
walking
So
around the city. Like
if you want to see the video, click that
I
link.
think
That
it
link.
is
I'm
one of
gonna
those cities
post it
you
up
can
here
walk
again.
around and you'll see
And
a
then
lot.
we can come back here and chat when it's done. All right. I'm just putting it up here to
as you just
keep the
walk
live
through the city.
going, you know.
It's
But
very different.
you should be on the other side.
Even from other
I'm actually
European
trying to
cities,
make
which
something
is
to eat. I'm trying to
more
eat
similar
right
to,
now.
but for Americans,
While the
it's
video's
a
playing,
very
so
different feel.
if you're here right now, there's 5 of y'all here in the
Unless
live
you've been here
chat, which is
before, you know how
cool,
it
I
is.
guess. But
A lot of people haven't.
it'd be better if you watch
You
on
know, Washington
the
D.C. was
on
modeled
that link
after
that I just posted up in the
Paris.
chat right there.
I think they wanted to make it a modern Paris.
Or just go to my
so they
channel
wanted the streets to
and
make
you'll
more
see the
sense
actual video
than
and watch it
here.
from there. And then we'll come
So
back
here,
when it's
DC, we
over.
kinda have the
We'll come back and have
Obviously, the
conversation for
Washington
anybody that
Monument
wants to
is
stick around. All right.
a
I'm going
take on
backstage
the
so I can eat
Place de la
this.
Concorde, which was
But I'm gonna still have this video
it was
going
given to
just as a
one
I
of
don't
the
know,
kings of
instead of a
France
blue
by
screen.
Egypt. They say given. I don't know if it was given or they say it was given. That's how the history go. It's a lot of similarities between Paris and Washington D.C. All right, let's. I think we gotta make this turn here. It's this tight street. See if we can get. Oh dang, they got some nice hats here. I don't need another hat right now anyway. Although that one right there, I do like the message. I do like the message of freedom. Raiders. I know some Raider fans. I got some Raider fans who watches some of my videos, so yeah. They know how to have a good time, Raiders fans. Shoot, this camera supposed to be waterproof. I don't think the mic is though. So we might have to alter this a little bit. Maybe go with the iPro. I said iPro. iPhone or GoPro. I'm mixing the two. Maybe they should come out with an iPro. I just gave them something. Anyway, all right, we're almost there. All right, so we're back here, man. We're almost here. We hit that corner. The shop is right here. we'll take a look at it. And I heard so much about it. I've been hearing a lot about it. One of my friends, she she actually had some the other day. I tasted one; it was pretty good. But she said it's a must. You gotta go here. So now we here, and this is supposedly the best macarons you can buy. And yeah, we'll go in and check it out. Look at these. Look what they got going on. Like I don't know what you call all that stuff. Yeah. God, it's like reminds me of See's candy, but more elegant. Bonjour, c'est ça va pour. Oui? Okay. Bonjour. The okay, you speak English anyway. Let me. I think I need a gift set for a friend. Like, how big are they? Like, how big are the boxes or sets? Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. This one is eight. That's 34, and it comes in a nice hard box too, so I ain't gotta worry when I put it in my baggage. Okay, cool. I'm thinking the 12. Yeah, we doing the 12. Ooh. Oh, for the box, we'll do pink. Yeah, it's for. Do a mix. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll just do a mix of all these. So what flavors are there? I'm looking here. See if we get that in focus. All right. All these flavors. Huh. All right. Yes, I think so. I think that works. Thank you. Nope. I think we're good. Okay. Right. Train. Okay, cool. Thank you. 34 euros. Okay. Got some other stuff here too. Okay, cool. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Wait, bonne journée. All right. Okay, so we got what we came for here, and they say it's the best macarons in the world, in France for sure. So they're only made in France. So I don't know. That was it. That was our journey here. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed walking with me through France and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe, do what you can, comment down below. If you ain't like it, you're like, hey, you need to see this, you need to see that. Comment. Let me know. Be active. But either way, the journey, the adventures continue. We're going to keep traveling. We're going to keep going places. We're going to keep showing things. And just showing the options we all have today to go around the world, try different things, meet different people. We didn't meet too many people today, but different foods, different scenes, different mindsets, practicing French as well. All right, y'all. Until next time.
All right, yeah. So we back in here now. What's going on? What's going on? All right, yeah. So we back in here now.
All right, I got some reverb going on.
What's going on? What's going on?
Let me
All right, yeah. So we back in here now. All right, I got some reverb going on.
cool. Now we good. All right. Yeah. So we only got we only got one person back in here. Okay. We come back up to two people. I see yeah, so if y'all saw the video, you know, give me some input. What you think? I was traveling around, walking on it's still center Paris, but it's like the center east side of Paris. And then we went to a place that was known for macarons. Um, and macarons are, I know a lot of people probably don't know what they are, but I showed them to you at the end, the little cake. Um, really sought after. A lot of, I noticed like a lot of women are into them. See, now the macarons kind of make sense to me. Like when people go crazy over them and maybe even stand in line for them. But the cupcake thing that was going on in the States like some years ago, I just never really understood why people were like cupcakes of Georgetown and DC. Good cupcakes. I just don't understand why people stood in line for them. It didn't seem like that big of a deal. This thing, to me, there's a lot more variety, a lot better. It seems like more history in it, more ingredients. Um, but there was no line, at least not at the one I went to. Now, I think they got other ones around the city. And actually, I think they have one right by Place de Concorde. And if you go there when a lot of tourists are out, I'm sure there'll be a line there. But and I hope y'all don't mind if I'm eating. I gotta eat. It's like I'm trying to do this restrictive eating thing, and I need to eat in the next hour or so. I'm trying to get it down at the same time. Trying to multitask. You know what I mean? Get a few more bites in right quick. Mm. But yeah, so let me know what y'all thought of the video. The video was about 23 minutes. There was parts of it that dragged a little bit, but I was still trying to show you Paris at the same time. Some people been to Paris, they probably like, okay, yeah, this ain't new to me. Good morning, good morning. It's morning on the West Coast. Yeah, it's lunchtime now on the East Coast. They 12 noon. So yeah, good morning to everyone on the West Coast. Yeah. But yeah, the video was an easy video to make. Well, easy as far as like it was all one long video. But I did have to hold this camera right here, and I'm holding it out, and arm getting tired, switching, and then talking to the talking to the cam as you're walking through Paris. It's still kind of weird. It's still kind of weird when you. I mean, this right here is not as weird because I know there's people watching me. Even if it's just four of you in here right now, but it's still much easier to do alive because there's some engagement, even if it is slow, a little bit behind the scenes. But yeah, it's much harder when you're just out there in the streets of some foreign land with a camera up facing you. I mean, people know now, but it's still a little weird. Yeah, I'm moving around. So it's I'm all over the place. I'm France, Germany, all over, you know. Hamburg right now, but we'll see. We'll see how long I'm here. So I hope y'all mind if I'm taking a bite. I hope it don't transmit me chewing. I hope it don't. It probably does though. I'm just hungry. I think I only ate. I'm on the restrictive diet for a little while. So I'm trying to eat in windows. You know, the what is it? 16 hours no eating, the rest of the time eating. So I gotta get myself on that. But the main thing I'm doing is trying to cut down sugars. Man, I love sugar, man. But I need to stop it. I've been reading all this not reading, I've been going down a YouTube rabbit hole of Dr. Eric Berg DC. Okay, can't hear me crunching? Okay, cool. That's what's up. Um, Dr. Eric Berg DC. If y'all don't know his YouTube, man, go check his YouTube. He giving medical advice out there. And I'm not saying he's 100% correct, but he give you some understanding. He give you some framework of high sugar, diabetes, pre-diabetes, like, and not just for people that are, that far down the line, but also like how to grow thicker hair, why your hair is thinning, blah blah, and not just like one thing. It's just like, hey, this is a culmination. He's the first doctor I've heard of in a long time. I mean, maybe back in the day when I was a kid, doctors used to talk like that. But he's the first doctor I heard of talking about your body as a system. You see what I'm saying? So you have this one problem. He's like, it could be from this, this, and you could be deficient in these. And these help you like this. Why vitamin D is important, why vitamin K is important. Other things like that. And he has a bunch of videos. I can't believe I'm just finding out his YouTube channel. Some of the videos I was watching, I think, are from 3 years ago, but he has some that are from last week, and he be putting them out. So, yeah, I think he even got an app. He got an app you can download, and the app goes to the videos, and it's clean. The app is actually pretty clean. Never seen that before, but it made me think like, damn, this YouTubers can actually structure their videos like that. Imagine that, like an app, like taking an international app, and it has videos going straight to France, straight to Germany. Bam, you know what I mean? And, or whatever, lives and certain things in the discussion. But anyway, stuff he's talking about in his videos is I feel like should be, a lot of us should go down that rabbit hole. I've been going down that rabbit hole the last couple of days, 2 or 3 days. I watch one of his videos and then boom, he'll send you right to another video. He'll be like, all right, right after this, if you're interested in fatty liver and what causes it, check out this video here. Like, dang. And they be having you hooked too. You be like, hey, I'm go ahead and hit it. I need to get like him though. Have people, well, that subject is different because that subject, especially if you're, I would say anybody who's probably 35 or older is probably interested in a lot of subjects he's hitting. Yeah, I'm trying intermittent fasting. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I've done it before and it does work pretty good, but I think before I wasn't combining it with no carbs or low carbs. So now I'm doing intermittent fasting and trying low carb, no carb way of doing it and see how that works out. Another thing too is like I think I'm gonna have to sincere like really give up alcohol. Not because I have a problem with it at all. Never had a problem with it. My normal routine is I could go 2-3 months without any alcohol, without even a beer or anything. But I think I need to purposely do it and I've done it before in the past when I was like in my 20s even. I just said, all right, I'm not gonna drink any alcohol for a year. Why? Just cause. I just want to see if I can do it. Never had a problem with alcohol, but um yeah, so I think that's what I want to try to do is like cut back my alcohol even more. And that includes even when I'm in France and not drinking wine. Maybe I should start after I leave France, right? Or after I leave Europe. Because if I dip in France again and they offer me some wine, it kind of feels like blasphemy not having some wine. Yeah, so probably after I leave Europe, I'll start that. And then to me, Mexico, they have a lot of beer with everything, but it's not as connected to the culture as like wine is in France. I can't think of any other place where that I've been where, it's a very ingrained part of the meal even, um as France is wine with their food. So might have to give that an exception. But either way, I ain't drinking a lot. It ain't like I'm getting twisted off of wine. No. What y'all think? It's like four people in the chat. But I want to make sure y'all watch the video that was out before. I mean, it's obviously going to be up on YouTube. It's still there. Um, when I was watching it on one of my browsers here, it wasn't actually on the phone browser. It was like really low quality. But then on the browser here, it was in at least HD, at least 1080p, but the video's actually 4K. Um, yeah, and speaking of that, there's some programs out there I want to start using to enhance even some of my older videos. I don't know. I heard there's some ways you can do it. I'm gonna look at some methods and see how they look. But it sounds interesting because I got some really old videos and the quality's not that great. But I think if I can use some software and bring them back, that might be something. C's, what's good, man? Yeah, man. Good to see you too, man. I just dropped a video, of Paris a little while ago, and then I'm still here in the live. I'm probably confusing the hell out of the YouTube algorithm and people on YouTube. They probably like, what the hell? What? He got two videos going in Premiere and a live at the same time. So I don't know. The whole concept was to do a live like I do, have the premiere air, and then have people come to the live afterwards, right? So we could talk about the video. Um, but then it was like when I set it up, it was when I set up the live and the redirect from the premiere to the live, it was like you had to have a live going to redirect. So I was like, all right, I'm just redirecting to the one I'm already doing. And then so I just dipped out with the blue screen, came back in. I don't know. Trying things over here, man. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I don't know. What's up though? He said, yeah, gotta be like Ted Cruz remaking old videos. Yeah, man. I'm about to do throwbacks for real on them, bro. They ain't seen no throwbacks like these. I seen Flyboy, he did a throwback Brazil. I think it was on his Instagram, like 2016. He on the beach talking to some girls, and it's a younger version of him, obviously. But 2016, that's only 6 years ago. It don't seem that long ago, but you could tell the quality of the video was it almost looked like some early 2000 video. I don't know what he was using at the time, but yeah, man. All right, CJ, you gonna go watch and come back? Yeah, do that. Yeah, it's all good. I'll probably just be here talking. All right, check it out. But yeah, I think Yeah, he was back in 2016. Fresh was on a beach in Brazil, talking with some ladies. Man, 2016 ain't nothing, bro. You know what I mean? 2016 ain't nothing. I mean, it's crazy because we all got photos from way back in the day. Very few people got video. I keep talking about this, but I'm gonna break out some video from shoot. Some of y'all might not even been born, but Tay was already international back then. So we're gonna see. Mm-hmm. I'm from the States. I'm from the DC area, Maryland. But I've been traveling around so much. I mean, I'm definitely American. Even sometimes I might criticize my people, but for better for worse, yeah, I'm American. Well, we Jennifer Vickers. Your name sounds like you American too. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think as far as places to be in the world, one thing I think as an American, we still have a huge advantage on is this digital medium. This like it's a double-edged sword, right? For some, because think about it like this. If you're not, I won't say creating, but if you're not taking advantage of all the digital media stuff that's going on right now, well, I say take advantage. It doesn't mean you have to create, but you could be informing yourself and getting information and using it to your benefit with what you do at work or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we natively understand this far better than most other populations around the world, even Europeans. You know what I mean? They're right beside us. We're neck and neck, but the internet is native to English speakers and native, even more native to the United States. So like a lot of cultures that go on that are that are the majority culture online come from us. Now I guess you could say China's doing its own thing because they got a whole different internet over there. But um yeah, I wanted to travel to Cuba, but it seems like there's a lot to this and they require you to be there. Huh? What you mean they require you to be there? If you travel, you say you want to travel to Cuba, but it seems a lot of this and that. Okay, a lot of this and that, and they require you to be there. Um, yeah, I guess it depends. Like, yeah, I know it's not as straightforward as other places. That's for sure, Cuba. But Americans are getting there. I think there was a thing where you couldn't book at certain hotels as an American. If you know a Cuban family, I think that's one way to get in there easier. But I'm not sure. I've never been to Cuba. Um, a lot of guys have been to Cuba. A lot of Americans have been to Cuba over the last, recently, I would say the last 5 years. Been seeing a lot more Americans go there. So I'm not sure. I would just research it more and get with some people. I'm just not one of those guys who've been there. I couldn't tell you firsthand. But it would be interesting to go. I would like for the travel to be less restrictive, a little bit less restrictive and more clear. Or I just need to talk with one of the guys that's been straight up, and then if when I'm trying to go there, when I'm like, hey, I'm trying to go to Cuba, then it's like, yeah, I just need to get that firsthand knowledge. So Yeah, I would do that. I would try to reach out to people who've already been this in the States. But yeah, what else was I going to talk about? I had some subjects to talk about. I'm on this live. I'm gonna just keep talking for a little while. I hope y'all don't mind. I mean, it's only four of us, so we're gonna do what we do. Uh, okay. I'll try to get some. I sent my link to somebody in a message. I don't know what they talking about, but let's see. So about the video, right? Like Paris, um, the video I just aired. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all in here you didn't even see the video or whatever. But if you go on my page, there's a video now. It's me going through Paris, walking through Paris. I'm on the way to a famous macaron place that makes macarons, which is a tasty little French treat. You'll see it in the video, but I can also bring it up here. Let me do a search for it right quick. Yeah, macarons. There you go. A little cake, a little tasty cake. I don't know. People go crazy for these things, but let me share my screen with y'all right quick. Boom. All right. So y'all can see that, right? This little thing. People go crazy for these little things, man. I don't know why. I mean, they are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. And they're, I guess, originally from Italy, but I don't know. It seemed, I don't know. It seems like France takes the cake. No pun intended. Takes the cake on this, because everybody when they come to France, that's what they want to do. So we went to a famous place for this stuff right here. I'm trying to get my hand right with the YouTube thing. Yeah, this stuff right here. And it's pretty good, don't get me wrong. And it seems to have like pretty natural ingredients for the most part. So it's not like a cupcake where it's full of high fructose corn syrup and all that. But yeah, so we walked around Paris, showed some of that. I have another video I'm working on right now where I gave a teaser in this video where I'm doing a photo shoot with a friend, Margot, and we're doing it in front of Place de la Concorde. But if you don't know what Place de la Concorde is, it's at the other end of the Louvre, the famous museum in Paris. And it was a unseasonably warm, beautiful day, this time of year, but it was great weather. It felt like it was spring or late summer. So we lucked out there, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I gotta say, it was pretty cool day. We got some good shots. She was she doesn't model for a living or anything like that, so I'm just telling her what to do, and I don't shoot models, right? I'm just it's all improv. I got a camera. I got this camera here. I was like, hey, let's put it to work, man. Like, you looking good. We had a good scene. Let's go. Let's do something. And she was about it. So she has a good energy, good attitude towards the camera and everything. So figured why not give her some really good pictures, and I get some practice with my camera. So I've done that a few times with ladies I've met during the day in different places. Some people you surprised. Some people even ask you. They see you with a camera. They ask you to take their picture. Normally, they're younger people, but I was also in Bordeaux, and I saw this one couple, young couple. and they were wearing rollerblades, and they were wearing these spandex with these crazy designs on them. And I'm out in a place where you take pictures of the scene or whatever in Bordeaux, um, and they were like they were looking at like, looking at the camera. I'm like, oh, they trying to rob me? What's going on? Like, right? And I'm like, yo, y'all want a picture? They're like, oh yeah, you'll take a picture. I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, here, post up there, bang, bang, bang. Got some pictures of them, and yeah, it was cool. That whole area actually in Bordeaux is a very, very scenic place as well. It's weird because people in Bordeaux that are there, it's a lot of students out there, right? They're very comfortable with the camera, with people taking pictures. I mean, as they should be if you're in a place like that. But yeah, it was cool. Another time was in Stuttgart. I was in a place, and there's one kid. He looked like trouble. Tell you the truth, and he was like, hey man, you can take a picture of me. Like he looked like a little thug. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say thug. He wasn't like me when I was that age. Nah, but he just looked like he was. I think it was him and some girl he was with too. And then he's like, "Oh, you think you could take a picture of me?" I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "This dude, really, I ain't want to take a picture of him." So I just like threw the camera up like that. And I was like, "All right, I ain't even look at the screen." I was like, "Plop," and that joint came out nice. I was, I don't even think he posed for it or nothing, but it came out so light, so nice. I showed it to him, and it had depth of field and everything. So you know how like these cameras, like if you're really close, like the background gets blurry. Um, the composition where it was set up was nice, so the background was way back there, and he just popped out like his face and everything just popped out, and the background was all blurry. And he looked at that, and he was like, "Oh, I can see like he had a reflection of like what he's doing right now in his life." You know, I think it was a real like he was like, "Yo, like I am somebody," because that's what it looked like. That's what the picture looked like. It's how he was acting. He was just acting like he was like just out there. I won't say he didn't seem like he was living on the street. He just seemed like he was just out there with nothing to do, no purpose. You know what I mean? Um, but as soon as he saw that picture, you could tell like he had a reflection moment. And I don't know, I was surprised by it too. I didn't think the picture would look that good because but then also it was a reflection moment for me too because like, dang, this pictures can change people's idea of themselves. Because you see a still picture of you, and that's one power I think um, photos still have is it's like you check a photo because you can make a photo, you can put it together, do everything right, and it's like this timing where you're like, okay, right there, lighting, angle like this, bang, and then that says a lot. Video says a lot too, and I am more of a video guy, but video tells a different story. Like you have to purposely drive a story. I'm talking to you now. I'm telling you this story, right? But a picture is like you interpret the story. I can set it up and try to give you a story, but you'll see what you want to see. That's the difference, I think. Let me see. I'm just rambling on about my philosophy. We got a comment down here. Bordeaux is beautiful. I remember in the late 90s, you could purchase rundown farmhouses inexpensively. Yeah, I was there in the 90s too. I didn't, obviously, I wasn't old enough to be into real estate. I mean, I guess some young prodigies now, they're at that age, in the teens, and they looking at real estate. But yeah, if you would have got, let me stop sharing this screen. I'm talking about macaron, talking about all kinds of stuff. Got the macaron up. Um, but yeah, yeah. If you'd have purchased something back then, you'd probably be straight right now. But then again, I don't know about French taxes. I heard they not they're not the cheapest taxes as far as a country, and I'm sure they got property tax and all kind of stuff going on. Yeah, it's but France is pretty cool though. There still is a lot of countryside. I mean, it's a lot of countryside. I don't know if it's available to buy or anything like that. When I go there, I'm not actually looking at that type of stuff. Um, Although I do got family that's there. I don't know if they're interested in that at all. But I do have a cousin. I think he lives out. He moved out to the country, and I should ask him about that. Like, dang, what if I wanted to set up here? Well, how much would it be? He'd probably be a good person to ask about that. Hmm. I talked with a friend before, and she's actually Brazilian, travels around the world, and I asked her if she could live anywhere, where would she live? And it was a woman's perspective, right? So she's thinking about raising kids, family, safety, all of that. And she's a very intelligent woman. And she was saying for her, she think she thinks France hits all the check marks. You know, a Latin American woman, but she's saying France. And she didn't like the safety situation in Brazil for her. That's what she is saying. She didn't like it in most of Latin America she's been through. And that was her perspective. It was interesting, especially coming from her, right? If it was coming from anybody else, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you just in love with Europe, blah, blah, blah. You don't know nothing about other parts of the world. And we all have our biases. Even she has her biases. But it was interesting to hear that. Yeah. It's so I don't know. France might be good. I mean, it might be worth the price. Who knows? If even with the taxes, it might be worth it. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of places in the world. I like France. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I don't like about France, in comparison to Germany, right? And I say this because I've taken the train from Germany to France before, and it's such a stark difference. Well, the only thing I don't like about the German trains right now is they still make you wear a mask in Germany. So I don't like that. But and it's funny too because the same train line will go into France from Germany, and when you have a stop, I think you Strasbourg, yeah, Strasbourg is in France, but it's right on the edge of Germany. It's like right there, and they'll have you'll have your mask on in Germany, and then you can just take it off once you get into France, and then vice versa. You can have it off when you come back from France, and then you got to put it on. And guess what? Last time I came back from France to Germany on the train, weren't wearing masks. Then we get to the part where we gotta wear masks. I got my mask down here. I got it right there. I'm doing some stuff. I'm editing that video you just saw. I'm working on that edit on the train. And there's an African woman sitting over, and then she starts trying to pull the authority on me. Talking about, oh, you gotta pull up. I'm like, for real? For real? You the only other black person I saw on this train, and you gonna drop some authority on me? She's like, oh well, they're gonna charge you a fee if you don't. They just gonna tell me to put on my mask. That's it. And then I'll just be like this, oh, bam. She was tripping, man. Sometimes our people be tripping, man. Damn. It was embarrassing, man. It was how can I say it? It was like, it's not that you're telling me to put on my mask. It's like you are finding an excuse to tell me to do something. And then you extra with it. Instead of, if you're really concerned about me getting a fine, you just be like, hey, brother, you might want to put on your mask because they tripping here. They'll hit you up with a fine. Cool, okay. You talking to me like, like a person. Like you actually care, right? Not like, oh, you got what are you? Come on, man. Nobody likes that. Especially like we ain't even having no conversation. You just right off the top, you ain't even say hello, nothing, and you just trying to get out of here. Okay, yeah. Hey, see, yeah, you could definitely multitask like that. That's what I be doing sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, in the video, the Raiders, let's talk about Raiders fans. Man, I don't know if y'all see my Instagram, but I was at a Raiders game when last year. Was it last year? It had to be. Raiders in Cincinnati. Cincinnati got them that time. But we was out in the it was cold as hell that day, man. It was biting cold. It was so cold. I was supposed to go live. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't going live. I don't want my hands out doing nothing. But yeah, it was a good time. The Raiders fans showed up, and I didn't even realize it till afterwards because I went with my boy from Richmond to Cincinnati. We drove his joint. He got a Tesla, and we piled in that joint, rode out there. But so that's how diehard they are. We rode from Virginia to Kentucky. Was it? Yeah, Cincinnati, Kentucky. Yeah, it was Cincinnati from there. And when I got out there, took some videos, Instagram and all that, I found out one of my boys from out in California was there. He also a huge Raider fan. I was like, yo, we probably passed each other because I walked through all y'all section. Because I wasn't wearing no paraphernalia. I'm neutral when it comes to all that. Oh, that's what's up. You can chat on your phone and watch on the TV. Yeah, actually, I was watching something today on they were talking about how YouTube's changing some things, and they're updating the TV app, the YouTube TV app. They're doing a lot of changing so it becomes more enjoyable on the TV. They're saying that they're making it so you can do shorts on the TV, and I think it shows a wider portion than it will. It's still going to have some black bars off to the side, but then you'll also be able to engage from the TV too on the shorts. Like they'll have the like button. You'll see the creator's name off to the side and everything. So that'd be interesting. They make it sound like the TV is the fastest growing way people are viewing YouTube now, which is I've always watched YouTube on the TV. I mean, that's always been one of my things I've done. It's not always available. A lot of times at these hotels, though, they got TV right here. I feel like my computer, my MacBook screen is better than most TVs anyway. So let me see. Yeah, man. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that. You like the way I was using the Apple Watch. So I was even even the video. I have more video of me engaging with the Apple Watch, but I had to chop it because I'm like, not everybody who tunes into a travel channel is going to appreciate that. And I know some people are just hate on Apple. Like you know what I mean? There's some Android users out there. They're like, oh, this dude he over here talking about this Apple stuff. Let me, my feelings are hurt. I'm gonna click off. Some people are like that. silly as it sounds, I know they out there. So I just wanted to show the utility of it as efficiently as I can and just skip ahead and get into there. But to tell you the truth, I use my Apple Watch a lot in these cities. It's weird because I noticed it in Mexico. I think was it Guadalajara or Mexico City? One of those two. Um, on the Apple Watch, like you can go on your phone, use Apple Maps like you would Google Maps, right? But on Google Maps, if you say, all right, walk to this place, on the phone, it's decent. It works, for the most part. Although the direction is always a little off. Like it shows you facing that way, but you're actually facing the opposite way. Google Maps is bad at that. And then they want you to recalibrate your phone, and then it's hard to even get to the recalibrate. Anyway, Apple Maps is better at that. They figure out where you are. Apple Maps is just not as detailed as Google Maps. Google Maps has way more detail on a lot of things. But when you incorporate the watch, Google Map doesn't really, it just gives you like, oh, up here in 100 feet, turn left. And it just says that. But then on Apple, the Apple Maps on your watch, it says that, but then you hit a button and then it actually shows where you are on the map. So it's like, oh, you can zoom in and out of the map, see your turns coming up. If you got your AirPods in, it's telling you in 300 feet, make the left turn or make the right turn, whatever. And yeah, a lot of times I probably need to make a video of this. I got a video in Germany that's coming out too that I need to push out. But I'll ride around the city on a scooter and I'll be like this. I'll be, oh, okay, got a turn coming up, and so I'll be navigating off the scooter, maxing the scooter out at top speed. Was it 20 kilometers an hour or something? But trying to stay safe, obviously. But it's it's definitely, it's an adventure, man. It's an adventure. Now that is hard to film. I can film on the scooter, have the GoPro on, filming that, which I got them videos. So if somebody try to beat me to the punch, I already did it. You know what I mean? It's just, it ain't on there yet. But but yeah, it's hard to film, like if you were filming that and filming down at the watch and all that. And obviously you can only do that in like safer cities where you can be kind of in the zone of what you're doing, still paying attention to the streets and everything. But like I probably wouldn't even do it in Paris. Paris, the danger, you could get run up on in Paris, but also like the traffic, the cars and everything. Like it's just, you don't want to be doing too much in Paris. So let me see. Yeah, see, that might be a good title, man. I might change it to that tomorrow. You know what I mean? I probably will change it to that tomorrow. On a search for the best macarons in the world. Yeah. It's funny because like I've changed titles before on a video and it was like maybe one of my videos is getting a lot of traffic right now. It's from a year ago. And it's funny, it's from a year ago, but it was made a year before that. And I put it out about a year ago. But it's the Finlandia video. I think it's either Finlandia or Pareto, but both of those are doing well. But I changed the title to Finlandia, one of Colombia's best kept secrets. And that's how actually I feel about the place. Like it is pretty, a lot of people don't talk about it. But I forgot what the title was before, and it was flat for like 2 months, like underperforming even my videos back then, which had a low bar, and that thing was underperforming even that low bar. And then I changed the title, boom. I mean, it's been doing really good. I like the way it's been evolving. And it's cool too, because I just did it with the iPhone. Obviously, I had my friend Valentina there and her people, so it's that female energy is in there. Get that, and you get uh the whole scene. Philandia is just a different place as well. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out, man. It's nice. I like it. It's a good vibe. It's chill. It's style of videos I like doing. To tell you the truth. See, you be hating on technology, man. You be hating on Apple, but you love the tech. I get it, man. I get it. But I used to hate on Apple. When people be hating on Apple, they not hating on Apple. They hating on, I think they hating on the hipster crowd, which I understand. But then it's like you gotta look past that sometimes, like, yo, this shit work. This is working, bro. Like, these MacBooks, the reason why I had to get one, my first MacBook was in 2009. Because every Windows computer I kept getting viruses. I was like, yo, I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want to deal with McAfee and antivirus software. And one of the dudes I work with was like, hey, man, yeah, my Mac don't even get viruses. I was like, man, get out of here. He was like, yeah, they don't get viruses. Like, I had it. At that time, he said he had his 5 years. He never got a virus. He was like, check it out. He's like, he was talking about how he was working on his computer. And one day he had a cup of water beside him. He spilled the water on it. And he was like, oh shit, he powered it off and then took it to called up the Apple support. And they was like, hey, if it's just water, just let it air out. Just don't power it on. Leave it off for a few days. Put it in a bag of rice. And then power back up. See what happened. He's like, what? So he did it. Joint was working again. I was like, oh, okay. So that joint is more durable too. And I gotta say, man, they make more durable stuff. Like, it lasts longer. You get an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I don't feel outdated, bro. This is from 2 years ago now. I don't feel outdated. I update the software, joint feel brand new. The only thing I can notice is the battery don't last as long. But then again, you can just go to a place and get a new battery, refurbished battery, whatever. So that's why I like Apple. And then, as far as the watch goes and their ecosystem that everybody talks about, oh yeah, they got you trapped in the ecosystem. Like, yeah, that's what I want my products to work together really good. So here's another Apple thing. If any of y'all creators out there trying to debate, I can do voice notes right on here. Talk about, hey, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe it, like and subscribe to my channel. I do it like that, right? On the phone. I go to my iPad. It's already on there. It's already in the voice notes app. I don't know if it's doing Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, whatever, it's iCloud, but it's like sometimes I have to push it. I have to like tell it like, all right, airdrop it to the iPad. But then it's right there. Edit it, bang, throw it in my app, LumaFusion. Very seamless. So most of my voiceovers, I'm never even using any of these fancy mics. I'm just using my phone, just right there. Actually, no, I do plug in. Sometimes I do plug in the little mic that I got, little $50 mic or whatever, shotgun mic for this. I'll speak to it. If I need to trim it down here, and then boom. So yeah, Apple, I'm sure there's better technology if you look at other phones or other laptop makers, computer makers. There's better. They probably have better things, but they don't work together as well as Apple, especially if you're creating stuff. I don't know what level, some of y'all are at. You might be doing stuff for Netflix. I don't know. But it just makes everything simpler, more cohesive. When you go to look for information, there's a community already out there. Like, oh, this is how you do this on a Mac. Blah, 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 bam. Simple, you know. Anyway, I rambled on about that. I know I love Apple, not the cost though. I mean, all good things in life cost more. And you could always get a used one, or you don't not even a used one. You can That's what I like about Apple too. You can get the MacBook from 3 years ago, marked down from the Apple store or from Best Buy or wherever. So they might not be as cheap as like a Chromebook. I get it, but we gotta have goals and set our goals on some things. Having a good computer, if your passion, your hobby, or your livelihood relies on your computer, then yeah, you probably need to have goals on getting a better computer, better equipment. Yeah, I never used my Apple Watch like that for plane tickets. I did try it out with the German train though. Their Apple Watch app is tight. The DB app, you get the train, you get a ticket on the train, and you can be like, oh, okay, yeah, it'll alert you, be like, boom, your train is gonna be at this track at this time, bang, or it's 5 minutes late. That joint will let you know. You be like, oh, okay, cool. You're sitting here. You're like, dang, okay, cool. Then when they come up, if you need to, yeah, you can just. It's like the QR code thing. They come through and when they check for seating and tickets on the train, you can scan it and do it like that. Um, but most of the time, I feel like I'm always going to my phone when I show them the ticket. But yeah, it would be good for flights though, because you're dealing with all this stuff and you just want to boom. I've never used it though. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let me see what else. Okay, you got that text from the groceries. You get that text on the Apple Watch. She probably gone already. Uh, I mean, I feel like I'm traveling full time. I feel like I'm in the states. I'll dip in. I'll slide up in the states for a little bit, and then I see my people's dap hug, and then I move around, and then I'm already like trying to get things together for the next trip. It was a little trickier, uh, you know, just some months back because of everything that's going on with the world and different lockdown situations and different travel requirements. Now that everything is more or less open back up, I want to get back into how it was before, where I was just gone all the time, man. I gotta get back on that. I gotta start setting my things up, different places. Yeah, because it does get it does get expensive if you're always moving because you don't get the best rates, you know. If you're staying at an Airbnb or something like that, if you're doing only days or a week at a place versus like a month. If you do a place for a month on Airbnb, you can get a deal. The problem is a lot of times I don't want to do Airbnb if I've never been there before. So I don't personally I don't I feel like I'm not good enough at examining reviews and how legit they are and then just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna commit to this place for a month." Nah. Let me go check it out for 3 or 4 days, maybe a week. Actually, maybe like 5 days max. See how it is. If it's legit, then I'll put it on my favorites list and then maybe I could come back and hit it hard for a month. And then some places I stayed at for multiple days and they were good for multiple days, but they had a few little things that were off, and I'm like, nah, I wouldn't want to stay here for a month. you know, it's great for 3 days, 4 days, but a month, it's some of the things would annoy me. Like there's one place like that in Mexico. I'm not gonna say what city, but it was cool, but like the shower didn't drain right, right? And it's like you in the shower trying to take a shower and like you gotta limit your shower to like 2 minutes or else the it's backing up on your feet. And you're like, nah, bro, I'm not trying to pay all this money and then feel this angst when I'm in the shower. You feel what I'm saying? Like and it's hot out there too. Like so you can't be you can't be not showering probably like twice a day, you know? It ain't like you gotta use a lot of water, but come on, man. Don't make me in this race to the water level raising on me. Oh no, turn it on. That is the oh man, just I know some people around the world like, man, what is he talking about? Like that's normal. Just turn on the water, get wet, and da da da. But you don't understand, we American, man. We spoiled like that when it comes to water consumption. And when I'm overseas, I do limit my water consumption. I do try to limit it. But you know what I mean? I ain't trying, I wasn't born over there. So I do have the American ways. Like I said, like earlier in this chat, like I'm American. Some things ain't gonna never change, but I'll adapt when I can. But water level rising on my feet, nah, I'm not doing that. Okay, yeah, you must have been talking about the title. I was talking about, yeah, the macarons title. Yeah, I probably need to write that down, man. Okay, y'all talking about the title. Damn, a lot of comments I ain't get to. All right, let me push through these comments. Okay, they look delicious. The macarons. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why stick with the title when you can change it? That's true. Might change it tonight. Who knows? Sometimes, man, look, it's like you put out a title and then somebody come with a better idea. You be like, hmm. It's just like a little bit of stubbornness for no reason. Like it's gonna help me. But you'd be like, yeah, that is a better title. I'll change it next week. Like, change it now. Yes, I don't know. If I remember tonight, I'll probably change it. Yeah, they be hating on apple culture. The hate on apple culture is serious, man. But yeah, okay. See, that makes sense. The licensing fees, third party companies keep. Yeah. Yeah, the cost. Apple ain't cheap, but and they do, they are about their money. I get it. I can pick up phone calls from my iPhone on my iPad, very convenient, especially when battery is low on the iPhone, and just switch the call over to my iPad and continue talking. I've never done that. I've never done that. I think I might have taken it on my Mac before. I think I have. But I think that's only when it's a FaceTime audio or FaceTime with video call, which a, a lot of a lot of people that I call or talk to don't really even use FaceTime, at least not with me. Maybe they ain't trying to see my face. They see me on the YouTube and they're like, I ain't trying to see you, dude. A lot of family I got that has the family I have that has iPhones. I mean, I bought my mom an iPhone because it makes it more convenient. But then it's also because it was more basic. So like if if she has a problem, I know exactly what she's dealing with. Like I can tell her bang, bang, bang. Um, so far it's been pretty good. It was a little bit of a change for her coming from Android, but she was on some crazy Android phone. I don't know what that joint was, but I was like, man, let's get rid of this. Let's get the iPhone SE. You know what I mean? It ain't even that expensive, but it does everything she need. I know it's solid. The joint gonna keep working. The joint gonna keep working for some years. So that's what we did. Yeah. Okay, if you add the plane ticket to your Apple Wallet, you get to the airport, the GPS location. Okay, I gotta look into that. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Try that. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So the QR code, I'm guessing it's like I'm guessing the QR code is just like on the train app I was talking about. Okay, it just pops up. Boom, what they call that? Geo aware or location aware. Yeah, yep. Set up the peeps, man. So she got that. It's easy to use. And yeah, I mean I think in general, uh I don't know. I noticed when I noticed iPhone was it's funny, y'all, because y'all seen Karina in my videos, right? We did the iPhone 14. When the iPhone first came out, she had the iPhone when it first came out, the original iPhone. And I was there when she got it. Oh, I don't think I was in the store when she got it, but I was around when she got it. And she was always talking about how great it was. Was it the original? No, it wasn't the original. It was like the maybe it was the original, but it still had the original look, whether it was the one or the three or whatever. It had that curved back. Yeah, okay. Hers had the curved back, so it was a three. Whenever she got that one, she had the iPhone 3. And she was all about that. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so great." Da, 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 da. I was hating on that joint. It was the second iPhone. And I was hating on that joint. I was like, man, look at that joint. That joint don't do nothing. Look at this Android. I was like, I don't even no, I was using a BlackBerry. But it's funny because I had another friend in Germany and she had Nokia. And just you remember how we used to type the you have to type the 1 through 0 and you have to hit the key like 3 times to get to a C. Like you gotta hit the 1, 1, 2, 3 to get to the letter C. She was a pro at typing like that, bro. Like she could be whole sentence. She knew that whole T9 typing infrastructure. And I remember when I had a BlackBerry, so my little BlackBerry had the whole keyboard, so I would type like that. And I remember when the iPhone was coming out, then some touchscreen Androids were coming out. I was like, "Yeah, you gonna have to get a touchscreen." She's like, "No, never. I would never." Oh my god, what is it with people and technology? People always resist. Like you tell them about something, they like, never, never. You think she still got one of those right now? Hell no. I don't know where she at, but I know she got a touchscreen. And she was talking the way she was talking about it, you would have thought she was like 50 years old. She was like 21. You know what I mean? She all dug into the old technology. Crazy. Yeah, yeah. See how technology is used in other places? Yeah. Uh nah, bro. People in Europe using their phones to pay for things years before us. No. I remember the first time I used my phone to pay for something, it was in Virginia. And that was 2000, I want to say 2011 or 12. Maybe maybe it was before that. Maybe it was before that. Either way, I remember in Germany that whole NFTC thing didn't really kick off like that at first. Because in Europe, you gotta remember, especially like in places like Germany, they don't like to use new stuff right away. They will hold up and make sure you can't spy on people and da 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 da. They got all these, which I guess can be good. That's a good thing. But um, you know who the first mobile tap to pay was for the phone? Google Wallet. I remember I went to a Wawa. Yeah, actually, no. Google Wallet came out, and I remember they was like, "Hey, if you download this, we'll give you $10." Like, hold up. You saying this is a wallet app, and you gonna give everybody who download this joint $10? I was like, all right, bullshit. I was like, so I downloaded the app. Sure enough, it was like, hey, thanks for downloading. You got $10 to use however you want. I was like, okay, cool. So I went to McDonald's. Boop. I mean, even the cash register was like, okay, yeah, blah blah. They had the NFC thing there. It's like nobody used it though. They probably had it for a year. Nobody really used it. They had the NFC thing there, and then I just tapped, and then the register started doing stuff, and doop doop poop. The receipt coming out. They're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, I paid for it already with the phone thing. They was he was like, all right, cool. And then I went to a Wawa and did it. Wawa, I don't know if you have it in your part of the country, wherever you are, but it's like a convenience store, gas station. You can go in there and buy coffee, snacks, whatever. And I used it there, and my buddy was with me. He was like, damn. And then even the dude behind the counter was like, damn, technology. I was like, yeah, man, we all gonna be doing this in some years. I was thinking like 2 or 3 years. Man, that thing was slow to catch on, bro. But then here's how Google got a track record of doing this. Google came out with the tech first, but then it was like 4 years later before Apple announced Apple Wallet. And then as soon as they announced, I was like, you know what? I see Google doing this before, and I know they're gonna do it again. They're gonna come out with some tech to just build the roads, but they ain't gonna be driving no cars on the roads. They're gonna let this other company make the cars for the roads, and that's what they did. They let Apple take over. I mean, people still use Google Wallet. You can still use Google Wallet, but Apple Pay was the one that actually started pushing it out to a lot more places, and it feels like they got the benefit of it. But yeah. Yeah, Blackberries, I think I don't know, the company's hurting, but I think they still around. I don't know. Like a vending machine. Yeah, they would use their phones to pay for things out of vending machines. Uh Actually, now if you're talking about Sweden, I think Sweden, they might have been doing that. Yes. They're in Europe. But most of Western Europe, besides I think Sweden and maybe one other smaller country. I think they were purposely testing it there. Um, Most other countries, nah, man, they were behind us, which is strange, right? Because if it's working in a place like Sweden, then you would think the neighboring countries it would just kind of filter through. But I can tell you for sure, man, Germany is one of those places when tech come out, they hold it up right there. They like, hold up, we gonna look at this for 2 years, bro. We need a 2-year evaluation at minimum. Google Maps came out. Google Maps navigation, where you can navigate off of Google Maps, like you say, all right, I'm going here, and then it lays down an arrow and starts telling you. Man, that thing came out. I was in Germany when it was out in the States. I had to get a hacked version so I could use it to drive around. You know what I mean? I mean, they could use other maps too, but it was like 2 years, man, before they let it be used. So they have a habit of doing that here, and Germany has they have a big influence over a lot of policies in Western Europe. Um, I guess they got privacy laws that are different as well, so that's one thing. Oh yeah, Happy Veterans Day! Yeah, Happy Veterans Day to any of the other veterans out there. Yeah, man, appreciate it, appreciate it. McDonald's, yup. If you American, bro, if you American, you know, McDonald's is our place. When you overseas, McDonald's. We be seeing McDonald's. That thing is like we got a beacon in our head for McDonald's. Even if you ain't trying to eat there, you're like, oh, it's part of America. I would say Starbucks is becoming like that too. Um, the thing about Starbucks though is coffee might not be that great, especially when you compare to some of these other places out here. Even the place in the video, the place I went to and had that cappuccino, that thing crushes anything you get at Starbucks easily. But the thing about Starbucks is they got that environment a lot of times. Like you go to some of their Starbucks and you can sit down and relax and edit videos, work on stuff. I edit videos sometimes. And then the Starbucks, at least here in Germany, and I don't know about in France, but I know in Germany they give you these, like when you get a coffee, they give you a porcelain. If you say you're gonna drink it there, they give you a porcelain cup like that. It's bigger actually, but they got three different sizes of it: small, medium, and large. And you can sit there like an adult and have your coffee in a porcelain glass or porcelain cup. Unlike in the States, it's like you have it here, but you still getting a paper cup, bro. You're still getting that leakage from this paper, whatever's on it, wax or whatever else is coming off. So I appreciate that about the European Starbucks. I don't know why. Well, I know why in the States they ain't doing it because they all about that profit margin. They don't want to run dishwashers and maintain porcelain cups. Sometimes it's funny, man, how our American companies, in order to fit into the European markets, they treat them better than Americans. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, we use McDonald's as a landmark. Yep. McDonald's, Starbucks, KFC. They got them. Oh, Burger King. They all got their. See, that's how you know a place is at a certain level, right? If you go to a country, they got KFC, you're like, oh, okay. If they got a Burger King, you're like, oh, all right. They got McDonald's, you're like, oh, damn. They they westernized, you know what I mean? They got a McDonald's, they doing something. You ain't gonna see too many McDonald's in Africa, not yet. But I will say this though, if McDonald's does come to parts of West Africa that I be at, and I notice it, I I'll kind of be like glad because it means they've they've showed some economic process of stepping up. I guess that's what it means because McDonald's is going off of the numbers, I'm guessing, and the logistics of getting food there. So if they can't manage to get their, you know, beef patty bricks and buns shipped logistically to a place, they're not going to be there. If they can, it means things are improving or things are at least at that level where McDonald's can get their stuff in. So, um, hopefully, places in West Africa. I think that's the problem is like logistics of the roads and all that. Like, you could have roads going to a place, but they're so poorly maintained, or uh, they don't they don't accommodate the amount of potential traffic. So at any one point, you can have a delay of 4 hours, even though it was only going 2 miles. you know, and that's major companies can be dealing in places like that, and I get it. Yeah, Starbucks do to create the atmosphere. If I went to Spain and felt lonely, I would pop up to the Starbucks and I always feel better there. Yeah, I mean, Starbucks is like the new McDonald's when it comes to just atmosphere. I think I won't even say the new McDonald's. It's different, right? Because McDonald's is just like a place you're familiar with, but Starbucks is a place you're familiar with, and you can, you know, talk to other people. You can get work done. You can, yeah, feel comfortable. That is a very strong uh strong appeal about Starbucks. I mean, I've met people in Starbucks in other countries before, had conversations with them, and maybe even find out some places to visit or find out more about a place from people in Starbucks. I met I met a creeper in a Starbucks too one time, man. It was weird, but but yeah, Starbucks are pretty cool places around the world. It's like I would say, like, you could do the same thing at a hostel, right? But Starbucks is like that hostel without being a hostel. Like a kind of like that nomadic worker vibe. Some of them have it, some of them don't. Some Starbucks are just there and people just coming in and leaving and going to work. Then others, people, you can see people hanging out. Like there's one in Guadalajara that I know of, and it's always you'll see, if you go there multiple days, you'll see the same people in there, and they'll notice you and, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? They're in there doing work, doing whatever they do, and yeah, it's pretty cool like that. I met a young lady there. She was actually a Spanish teacher, so I was like, hey, when's your next opening? And I took a few little classes with her. That was cool. But met her at a Starbucks. Sorry, giving a class at a Starbucks, and once they was done, I was like, "Hey, I need some of that." And she was like, "Cool, come through tomorrow." That was good. Yeah, yeah. Europe don't do the depressing paper cups. That's how, you know what? If you people who haven't been to the cafes in Europe, I would say, if you say that statement, depressing paper cups, they would laugh at, like, oh, how's a paper cup depressing, blah blah. It it is, man. It's not just depressing, it's demeaning. It's like, hey, you got a paper cup. Look at this. This is a paper cup. Hotel them at, they give you paper cups and porcelain, right? But look at this. Oh yeah. Here. Or this. You're like, oh, okay, cool. That means you can chill here. We respect you, bro. We give you a we give you a porcelain cup. We treat people like humans over here. You know what I mean? This paper cup, like, you could do anything with it. You can scoop up anything and, yeah, and throw it out. And this is for the this is for the peasants. This is for the people up in the good house. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Just those small things, though, man. They as you get older, you start noticing them, and it's I don't know. It's in the states. A lot of times, I feel like a lot of what's going on, what we got going on right now, is that they're treating everybody like little children, and you go to other places, and it's different tiers. Well, I'll say this: in the states, you can go to places that aren't doing that, but they're very few, and they cost a lot more. So, at Starbucks in here in Europe, you can go to, and it's still the same price as. I mean, it's a little bit more than some of the cafes, but even that, you still have all the local cafes you can go to, and they are all serving you things in porcelain cups with service. I would say Starbucks had to do that in Europe, because the other cafes you go to, they all give you porcelain cups with a tassel or a coaster, whatever, the little plate that the cup goes on. I don't even know what to call it, but and then they might even sprinkle some little stuff on top. They do it up like it's a whole thing. It's a culture here, and Starbucks in the states doesn't really have it at that level, right? Because they're trying to just it's all about economy, emotion, and time. So they're just trying to hurry up, get things out. And even the way when they put their toppings on stuff, the whipped cream and all, which I might have tried it before, but that's not what I get at Starbucks. But it's all like, even when you see them putting the sweetener in, it's just like, it just feels like, dang, they just beating the high fructose corn syrup into your cup. Like, bro, nobody needs all that corn syrup. You don't need no corn syrup, but dang, you pumping that thing like you trying to kill somebody. Like, oh, you wasting my time with this. Hope you die. That's what I feel like a lot of times with the service in the States. Yeah. Savoring the experience. Yeah. I mean, like in the video, right? Like this, the little cafe I was talking about. It felt cool in it. Like it is different in Paris getting service at cafes because they'll come and you're not the most important in Paris. You're not the most important thing going on. So you got to know that. You come in, you're part of the experience. Like the waiters are doing their things and all that. It was a young guy. I think he was the manager, young black guy. He was a manager in there, and I think he was kind of rough on the other workers up in there. But as far as my service when it came, it was good to go. But yeah, I could tell like he was a little maybe a little micromanaging for the other workers there. But it didn't affect me at all. I mean, my service was still good, who knows, it might have benefited me. But it was but the coffee was good. It didn't take too long to get it, and then they're not forcing you to leave either. You just get a seat, sit somewhere. I think if you're a single person and you sit at a table that seats 4, they and a party comes in, they might ask you to move or something like that. But other than that, no real issues. They did have a dude from the street who tried to come in, and that same manager, he was like, "Hey man, you can't be up in here." Da, da, da. I'm not like, it was a little bit of a scene, but nothing too crazy. I feel like in Paris, people are not afraid to be confrontational, especially with words, right? Like, if it gets physical, that's most of the time that's uncommon for them to get physical, but it can happen. It happens, but they will be confrontational speaking wise. Like if you try to pop off at the mouth, they're gonna pop off back. Like, they will. They're kind of like, I would say, if you're in Europe and you start to get the feel of like the hot-blooded Latinness in France, which is weird because I wouldn't consider them Latin, although French is a Latin language. But in my head, I don't consider France Latin. But they can get hot, bro. I mean, everybody knows Italians can get hot, right? But you don't think about French people getting hot like that. But then again, if y'all saw my if you saw my Oktoberfest video in Munich, the French girl, she was she was getting hot, man. But she made a good segment for the video too. So big ups to her. I hope she's doing well wherever she's at. Cool people though. But yeah, I don't know. This is like a 2-hour live. Camera battery is doing all right, I guess. Let me see. What else we gotta talk about? Y'all got any other questions? I thought we were gonna have more questions about the video. Nothing too much. We got 3 of us in here. I don't know. We just chopping it up. Yeah, but yeah. Ford, I agree with you, man. Local cafes are amazing. Porcelain cups and saucers. I think we covered that already, though. But yeah, it is about the experience. And I appreciate that experience. Man, it's Friday night. I should probably try to get out there. Man, I got an early morning flight tomorrow. Too early for me to be going out, you know. I can't be going out. And then what's gonna happen if I go out? I'm gonna go out, meet somebody, and be like, oh yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I tell you, man, they don't like that here. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. Yeah, man, I'm traveling. I'm gonna probably get with some peoples, you know what I mean? And just lay low. Nothing crazy this weekend. I probably should be editing some videos. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. I know people want to hear stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to this big party." Da da da. Man, I think the best parties for me are like when I don't even plan it. It just go out there and boom, like okay, cool. Or if you're traveling to a party place, like if you're in Cancun, you know what I mean? We had a good time down there. Oh man, I was watching an old video from Ace from we was in Medellin, not this past February, but the February before. And we was down there with if y'all know Drunk and a few other cats down there. And it was a good time, man. I was watching that video. I think it was what's it called? What was the name of it? Ace named it something like Walking Around Medellin Live. Medellin at Night Live. Yeah, so it was during his birthday. But yeah, that was a good day, man. We was out there. Let's see what we have. Ah man, I can't I don't want to put that out there yet where I'm heading to next. But we'll see. If I make some content, y'all will see it. And who knows, I might go live from that location too. Okay, yeah, he a good dude. We call him drunk on. He ain't really that drunk. he don't be drinking that much, you know what I mean? But somehow that name just stuck. You know, he in really good shape too, so you know, don't think we talking about some bum dude or something like that. Nah, he good peoples. Um yeah. I need to hit him up again though, see what's up, man. When I get back out that part of the world, see what's happening. But yeah, it's that's probably what I should do. Spend this weekend trying to get some structure on a few edits. And I want to start getting to the point where I can so the one video that's teased in that video where Margot is posing and we're kind of like doing that photo shoot segment. I got a video of that right now that I'm probably going to edit next because I think it'll tie in with a lot of the French stuff too. Or Paris, right? Dropping this Paris, that's Paris. I could do another one on Paris, going to a bakery. This bakery that was recommended by some YouTubers I saw online. They were talking about this bakery, and I went there and some of the stuff they had. And I'm just thinking about that right now. I'm trying to do low carbs, but thinking about that bakery right now is making my stomach want to do backflips. I mean, this salad. Hey, but they got that joint like a Choisson aux pommes. If y'all know, I like that thing. It's like a croissant, but it has like cinnamonized applesauce in it. It's like caramelized at the bottom. Man, that joint, it's the devil, man. It's the devil. But I like it. But it's video went there and they had these Choisson pommes and they were huge, man. I never seen them that big. I've been seeing those things in France for years, you know, see them get made. I get them different places. I never seen them that big. But they had a lot of really good bread there. They make everything fresh there. And Yeah, I took some video of that place as well, and I probably should put it together, put that out. It might not be. It might be a really short video, like maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or something like that. But I don't know. I'm thinking I need to just start getting some stuff out, just becoming more frequent with it. Because right now my pace is about a video every, an edited video about every 2 weeks. Then I'll do some lives in there, some shorts, and all that. Um, I want to keep the shorts going since YouTube is talking all this short stuff, like they really pushing shorts. But at the same time, I want to do I want to get my edited content better. I think we were talking about this before on a live where I said I need to get the video down to like maybe 12 minutes or something like that. And then this one is like 20 something minutes. But that was, I was like, man, I gotta just put this one out. Cause I was like, I was trying to figure out what to cut, and I was cutting. And if you look at the timeline of what I did, it's a lot of cuts. And it came down a lot. It was like 40 minutes, 40 something minutes before. So I chopped it up a lot. Let me see what we got here. We got some comments coming in last minute. Hey, from Miami Beach, headed to Hamburg and Brevin in 2 weeks. I'm in Hamburg right now, bro. I'm in Hamburg right now. Nice city. Good architecture. Um, People are cold though, man. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been out to the club scene. Now, I believe at the club scene it's a whole different story. Because normally what I notice in places where people are cold, like during the day on the street, when they drink, flip flop. They do the flip flop on you. They might even just come up on you and be like, huh. I've noticed that. So, but I just don't really I won't have the time this time to get out on the weekend like I should. But who knows? It might come back. He said, buy a couple of salads and fill it with salad. Bro, that sounds disgusting. That's I think some French people probably come after you if you did that. If you did, French people probably come after you and fucking take that joint out of your hands and be like, hey man, this ain't no croissant, bro. If you want that, you go ahead and wrap up one of them American burritos y'all be making. Call it whatever you want. I can see that happening too. One of the bakers just run out of this shop like, hey man, what the hell you doing? You don't put no salad in this thing, man. Get out of here. A salad and a croissant. Nah, but on a serious note, I think I talked about it before. I don't know if how many of y'all in here, but Dr. Eric Berg, DC, he got a YouTube channel. I don't know what the DC stand for, if he in DC or if that's part of his medical, because he doesn't have MD on there, he has DC. But I've been going down a YouTube rabbit hole following his stuff, man. And look, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull it up and show y'all. That's how I'm a fan, bro. I'm a super fan. And in 3 days, I done turned into a super fan of this dude. What's his name? Oh yeah, I gotta go to YouTube first. Show y'all what I'm talking about. I just seeing the thumbnail for this live stream right now. It just has me chilling back. That's crazy. Eric Berg. So I'm gonna just show y'all this so you can see what's going on. And I say on a serious note because I feel like a lot of times, man, with the medical stuff, like it's kind of hard to decipher a lot of what's being sit out there nowadays, you know? So this is dude I'm talking about, and let's go directly to his channel. But he's got, you know, he ain't no slouch when it comes to subscribers, bro. 8.8 million subscribers. Let's look how long he been doing this thing. Since 2008. And most of his videos, you know, they look like this down here with the thumbnails, like Stop Sugar. Like those are the popular videos, right? Like 16 million views, 15 million views. I was watching this one just today, Stop the Sugar. And you know, the foot liver connection, how to do intermittent fasting. He was talking about intermittent fasting 5 years ago. I don't think I knew what it was. Well, maybe. Cleaning your liver 11 months ago. So, shoot, you got one from 11 months ago that already got 10 million views. Bro, all I can say is, man, you go down this dude's rabbit hole, you start clicking on his videos, you're going to watch 3 at least. You could find one on something that concerns you, right? Anyone. Doesn't mean you have to have an issue with it or whatever. But you go down and you start, and the way he breaks it down, at least for me, it's like, oh, I understand it now. Like when he's talking about even the way diabetes works, I heard about diabetes all the time, but I just never really understood it. Is like the way he broke it down, I understood it in 5 minutes, at least to a certain level. I understood it more. I'm not saying I fully understand it. I'm not gonna lie to you like that. But it's he will break it down. And then also too, like talk about sugar. Like I know I eat too much sugar. I've eaten too much sugar my whole life. But at the same time, he breaks it down of like where, okay, even for me, a straight up sugar addict, I'll admit, he breaks it down where you're like, damn, I need to put a pause on it, bro. Like I really like where you watch it, you like, I need to do what I can do and just, but how can I say it? He frames it in a way where it's not like you're giving up something, but you're gaining something. He's like, sugar hampers you like this. I don't think he doesn't say it like that. I gotta say, he doesn't say it like he's giving you things, but the way he breaks down the bad things about sugar, he's like, when you stop eating sugar, you'll get better mental clarity and blah blah. You know, like he talks about all the benefits of not doing sugar at the same time while he's talking about the destructive aspects of sugar. So it's like you need to hear what's bad about sugar. For me, I need to hear it. But then at the same time, he's also, while you're giving up sugar, know that you'll be gaining this. You'll be gaining these things that you might have been noticed slipping anyway. So, yeah, bro. You know, I know how we all go through our little habits on YouTube, and you start maybe watching drone videos or camera videos or tech videos or car videos, blah blah, travel, blah blah blah. This is one rabbit hole that benefits you for your life, bro. Like, so I'm thankful for it. Like it's, but I really did feel the rabbit hole on him. I watch one, I'm like, oh damn, dang, and then be like, all right, and then at the end of this, watch this video here for how to eat for a better liver or whatever. And you're like, oh damn, I gotta watch another. Hold on, let me click that thing. Cause right when you think I'm about to click off, he hits you with something. You're like, damn, I gotta watch the rest of this joint. So I give him props for that. The way he structured his videos. For me, they grab, and they're not, most of them are not too long. They're like maybe 7 minutes or something like that. Let me see. Let's take a look. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. That one's 12. 4 minutes, 10 minutes. So yeah, they're all over the place, but it's he's putting out good information, bro. He got stuff on talking about how to thicken your hair, how to, I think for some of us it's probably too late. Like we doing so much stuff, like your hair is like your last of your concerns, but um benefits of iodine, all this stuff, man. And I like it. The reason why I really like his stuff is because he seems to be giving you things you can do at very minimum cost, either with things that most of the things you don't need a prescription for. They're like vitamin supplements or things you can get at a local drugstore or whatever. And they're more practical. But they also, some of the things he's talking about takes a shift change, a lifestyle change, which we don't really get no more from at least the doctors I went to. They all trying to hit you with, like, take this pill, take that. They don't ever tell you, like, okay, well, what's this thing doing to me? If I take this antibiotic, what's it doing? If I take, like even going to Africa, right? A lot of times you're supposed to take anti-malaria drugs. And I've heard that those things are, if you take them for prolonged periods, are bad for your kidneys. But like, if they're bad for my kidneys, then what's good for my kidneys? Like, what can I do to counteract this badness that's going on? A lot of stuff he's talking about, the foods and stuff like that, he's talking about that. So I appreciate this dude, man. I know he don't need no promotion from me, but I'm giving it to him. I'm giving it to him to give to y'all because, if we can all, like, out here as a global community start just becoming smarter on everything, especially something like health, I think it benefits us all, to tell you the truth. It's just like, you'll have some knuckleheads out there. They be like, oh, I don't need to do all that. Ain't dreaming. Come on, bro. We're beyond that now. We're beyond that now. Knowing the health issues a lot of us have as Americans or Westerners in general. American might be one of the worst, but actually I heard Mexico is pretty bad too with their a lot of their obesity issues and things like that. But it's not just obesity, man. It's high sugar, high hypertension, all that. You ain't gotta be. It's like we getting hit from all sides when it comes to that. Fats and sufficient proteins get rid of a sweet tooth. Yeah, but he break it down and tell you what fats. I'm eating some avocado right now, right? I mean, I knew this before, but yeah, the fats, and then you go back and forth, right? Because they be telling you fat bad. I watched a video on his today. He was talking about eggs. I don't know how old the video is. I just watched it today, but he was talking about eggs, and he was saying how people go back and forth with the egg whites and the whole egg and da 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 and all that. Well, he was like, the egg is like the best. The whole egg is the best fat to protein ratio. He's like, because the egg is the most, it's how the human body can absorb the most protein most efficiently in that package. That if you had that same size of steak, your body wouldn't get the amount of protein that it would from an egg. Steak is not bad. You're just saying you're not getting as much as you would from an egg. It's like some things you get from steak, some of the maybe iron and stuff like that. I think egg has a lot of iron too, though. But there's certain things you could get from steak you wouldn't get from maybe eggs. But he was saying if you take out the egg yolk and you just use the egg white, a lot of that protein you wouldn't even digest because it's not delivered as efficiently as it is when it has that fat. So it's like the natural package, the way it comes is what you need. Now I think people get into the danger of maybe getting high cholesterol from eggs if you're eating too many eggs. If you're eating, he was saying like something, he does like 4 eggs a day. Now I think if you're doing, 6 eggs and then you have an egg sandwich, or you have something else that has a lot of egg products in it later, it's it can get in a different zone, right? You get yourself in a different place. But like I said, man, all around, bro, the information he putting out, if you watch, let's say you watch 3 of his videos, and each one of them are 10 minutes or less, the information you got in that 30 minutes, I ain't never heard from a doctor in that compact of a time. So I know there's some doctors out there in real life that probably hating on dude because he out there informing people, and they coming in, they coming in the doctor's office with some information. And the doctor in there acting like, he supposed to be the authority on all health. I hate those type of doctors. If a doctor act like that, you ain't a doctor, bro. You a demigod. You know what I mean? You want to be the authority. And we know humans in general don't know everything about what we think we know about. We think we know about gravity, but if you really look into it, we know we don't know everything about gravity. And same with the human body. We're always learning. So like I would like to get my information concerning my health about somebody who's can give me a fuller picture with a opening. Like, hey, we know these are bad. We know smoking is bad. We know these things, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we can give you this drug for this, but then, there's other options as well. A lot of times, man, I've been to some doctors, bro, and they are straight drug pushers. I'm always like, okay, let's see what you got. But I'm gonna do my research, bro. I ain't gonna just be taking. I mean, I had knee surgery before, man. They gave me. This is like. I'm telling this quick story. I had knee surgery back in 2001, and after the surgery, they gave me Percocet. I'm not into drugs at all, so I didn't really know about how sought after painkillers were. I think it was less back then, but still. Some people like, oh, you got Percocet? Oh, you got the good stuff. I'm like, man, what? I took that joint once in the hospital. And I was like, okay, I felt the throbbing go down on my knee after the surgery. I felt it go down. And then I was like, I remember I was still in the hospital. I had 1 day in the hospital for recovery. And then I remember I went to sit up and I felt dizzy and nauseous. I was like, oh, Lord. I was like, lay back down. I let that thing wear off. They be like, oh, yeah, you take another Percocet? I'm like, nah, I ain't taking that shit no more. They was like, what? I was like, I ain't taking no more. They was like, well, hey, you got to take it with you just in case the pain gets out of control. That shit never got out of control. It hurt, but it was like, okay, I feel the pain. And to tell you the truth, I use that pain as like a gauge of like, I mean, I started running on my knee well before they said I should, but like the pain was a good gauge of where I was. So the throbbing of it's like, oh dang, I can't really move too much right now. Then I didn't move, right? Because the pain was getting too much. But as soon as the pain subsided a little bit, I was on it again, right? And it get too much, I'd lay off. And you know what I mean? So then it got longer and longer. I could do more and more. But would I have been able to judge it that well if I was on pain meds? I don't think so. Plus, that stuff would have messed you up in some other way. Might have got addicted to that, or messed up something else. Who knows? Let me see. Yeah, avocado, hemp seed oil, walnuts, fatty fish, but not everyone can digest eggs properly. Africans in particular. Check out the blood type diet. Yeah, I do need to check that out. I remember hearing about that book when it first came out, and a lot of people raved about it. I just never got to it. I think I should now. As you get older, those things become more important. That information becomes more important. Doctors need nutritional training is the foundation of good medical practice. Bad diet is always a culprit of disease. Change the diet and the people get better. Facts, bro. Facts. But you know what though? See, this is my thing. People need to start looking at incentives and perverse incentives. They tell you everything. Humans don't do nothing without incentives. Companies don't do nothing without incentives. You know what I mean? People need to think like that. People just think, oh yeah, it's like this because it is. You still believe in Santa Claus? Bruh, everything is about incentive. So my thing is with the medical system now, we finding all these problems. Why are the problems there? They used to be more holistic or nutritional, talk about nutrition, but yet we got smarter, got more technology, better equipment to look at the body and what happens to the systems. But yeah, the while that's happening, we got perverse incentives coming from the side. You know, a lot of times it's just money, corporations, whatever, trying to block the natural incentive for to be a good doctor. You need to know all this knowledge. The incentive should be for you to see your patients do well and come back and be happy to see you, happy to consult with you and refer you to other people. But now we got this other thing coming in. So it's I'm not saying there's not good doctors out there. There are, but there's a lot of the other stuff coming in. And I feel like Dr. Berg, I know he's making money. He making money off the YouTube. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But at the same time, I felt like he had to have a starting point to go on YouTube. And I'm feeling like his incentive was the natural incentive to see people do well, not get roadblocked by all this. And then who knows, he might have had the long-term foresight to be like, hey, if this goes well for some years, I'll build credibility, I'll be good, as he should be. If he's giving good information that's easy to implement and it's actually useful, he should be rewarded. I feel like there's going to be a push back towards those type of doctors, the ones who get there first, right? And the ones who are the pill pushers are going to get pushed down. That is coming, bro. That is going to come because people going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out a lot later than they should, but they are. Yep, exactly what I was just hitting on. Yeah, man. So it's man, we've been talking about a lot of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, Dr. Oz. Yeah, Dr. Oz, yeah. I feel like, like a lot of this stuff too, like a lot of this type of information, you kind of need to stay up on because I feel like even sometimes the information changes. They go back and forth, right? They talk about like say egg whites, for instance. Egg whites are good for you and they're not so good for you, blah blah. And then, but if you pay attention to how it's going back and forth, it's like, yeah, the egg yolk does have a lot of fat. Then now it's like, oh, you should eat the whole egg. Yeah, because the fat, it is fat, but it's connected to the protein, helping you deliver more protein. So yes, it is better for you, but if you eat too much, it's bad for you. You know what I mean? That's where we're at now in the information. At least me, that's where I'm at. But I feel like there's a lot of things that can oscillate like that is not necessarily bad information. It's just you need to stay up on the information because more data is coming out, different studies are coming out on these things. But at the same time, let's talk about it. Like you talk about eggs, and they can go back and forth all they want. But then you gotta think about it, like, I've been eating eggs my whole life. I know a lot of people that be eating eggs their whole life. They don't have this problem, or maybe this is something people talk about, at a certain age where they can't digest it or whatever. So you are also part of the data that you need to input. You got to take your own life experience as well. Doctors might call it anecdotal or whatever they call it, but it's real. You know what I mean? Whatever you experience, whatever you see or experience is real. So always use that as a part of my research. But yeah. All right, man. Jelia Ford. That's how you say it? Jelia. Yeah, man. It's been good. You definitely up on the nutrition stuff, that's for sure. So but yeah, we've been going on. This live has been on for a minute, man. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one up. It's 2 hours. I feel like I should keep it up just because it's a lot of information. I'm gonna have to go through and cut out the segment where we was at the live, where we went to the other channel and then came back. I don't know. We'll see. I might just leave it up. Who knows? This live might generate some money, man. It might be one of my money makers for a little while. But anyway, want to thank y'all for coming through. We spent some hours chatting. If you didn't see the video, if you're in here now and you didn't see the video that I premiered earlier, walking through Paris, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's gonna be there. And 20 minutes walking through, checking out macarons. And I'm probably gonna retitle the dang thing to search for the best macarons in the world. Something like that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And Jayla. Okay. Jayla. That's what's up. Jayla Ford. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, appreciate all y'all coming through, sticking with us. And yeah, stay tuned. You can check out some of my other videos on there if you haven't seen the stuff on Colombia, Mexico. What else we got? I got some old Africa videos too. You might want to see. Okay. Well, check out your video. Used to love Paris, had amazing hot chocolate at Angelina's. Okay. Who knows? I might do another video on Paris. I might go do it again. You never know. You never know. But I got some more European content for sure coming. And stay tuned. Check out some of the old stuff. And yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Happy Friday.